insult you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind of the Fans podcast. Yes, my bad. I'm so sorry. Old habits. Welcome to Mind of the Football Fans podcast. I'm David, his spy. Happy New Year from all of us here. Hope you had an amazing New Year. Thank you so much for joining us. Spy, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Do you enjoy? Do you enjoy? How are you feeling this?
Oh, I've been better, so let's say that.
Okay, okay. Well, first and foremost, we have to tell you guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when we're going live every time we go live, because this will be a regular thing. So, you know, like always, subscribe and hit the notification bell. So, yep, let's kick on. Let's kick on, shall we?
Yep, that's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, obviously, the festive fixtures pretty much come and gone. Wait, actually, before we kick on, I just have like a few questions or a few things to say.
Go on.
Obviously,
Mhm.
we have to say thank you guys for your support. Thank you for showing us love, and we hope you keep vibing with us. And then, if you are watching this show live, we have a few questions for you to put in the comments. Even if you're not watching it live, after the live you are watching it, you can feel free to still put in. Obviously, the first question is, what team do you support? I'm an Arsenal fan. Spy, what team do you support?
I'm a football fan.
He's a football fan. Well, he's a United fan, so I don't know why he's hiding that. He's kind of embarrassed about it right now. But either ways, I'm an Arsenal fan. He's a United fan. Tell us what team you support in the comments, and also tell us your favorite player you like to watch. Also, my favorite player I like watching is Ronaldo,
I thought you
but
were say Odegaard. I was okay. Go on.
no, I also enjoy Odegaard. So I enjoy Odegaard. I enjoy Martinelli. I enjoy Saka. I enjoy Declan Rice. So, um, Spy, what's your favorite player?
To watch, I love watching. The greatest of all time, Lionel Messi, without a doubt. I also
Yeah,
like watching Ronaldo because I pick up a lot from him. And Kylian Mbappe has just joined the list. I know some people say Neymar, but I watch him for the fun of it, but not someone I can look up to in terms of playing style.
he's electric, so it's okay. It's
I'm not saying
okay.
it's not okay, but in my playing style, it's a bit very opposite from Neymar's playing style.
Okay. Well, so those are two questions. If you're watching live or if you come back later to join in, feel free to put in those questions. Feel free to put in those answers, and you know, let's vibe together. So yeah, back to the main issue. Well, not issue. Back to the main topic of the day: festive fixtures. Obviously, festive fixtures started match week 18 and ended match week 20. Good games, interesting games, so many games actually. I think about 38 games or 48 games, something like that. I don't know the exact number of games were played. I Before we get into some key details, I have a few questions for you, Spy, and hope you enjoy it. The first one is, what game slash result stood out to you?
Now that's a very difficult question. So when you say stood out, you have to say in the terms of what?
In
Like
terms of like interesting, shocking, whatever you think.
I think I'll go for the United versus Aston Villa fixture.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because except from history of United not losing a Boxing game match since God knows when, Ramos Højlund scored his first Premier League goal, and United did a very huge comeback. So I think that was because That for me, once I saw the game was 2-0 halftime, I thought that was done. History has been broken. Everyone thought that was done because we all know how Villa have been this season when they go up. So yeah, we thought that the game was done, but United found some consistency in the inconsistency to bring it back.
Yeah, I have to not agree with that in terms of my own game slash result. I think for me, Arsenal Liverpool game stood out absolutely well. Absolutely loved that game. So much drama. Even though it ended 1-1, I still
I
loved it.
think
I still
Liverpool
loved
should
it.
have won, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean they had the chance to actually go and win it. But
Mhm.
anyways, second question. Second question. What team impressed you during this festive period? Pretty much every team played 3 times. So what team impressed you?
I'll have to go for Villa.
Okay, why?
So when you say festive period, what's the range of festive period? Literally the whole of December, yes or yes?
No, it started match week 19. So match week 19, Villa played and drew to Sheffield
March
1-1. If you
19. You
Yeah,
sure?
that's when festive fixtures started.
Then in that case, I think I would say either Wolverhampton. I think Wolverhampton actually.
Okay.
Statistics, I'm saying Wolverhampton actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wolverhampton.
no, I vibe with that because Wolves were the tier, but I'm going to go with Bournemouth because Bournemouth were just electric.
Mm, I mean, they lost the game, but okay.
They did lose a game, but like, okay, that's true. But they did win some really good games too. So come on, Wolves out. Give
Right.
Wolves credit.
I think all the cherry should go to Wolves back to back.
That's fair.
4-1. Well, we have the right to agree, and agree to disagree.
Yes, sir. Last question before we go into details. What team disappointed you the most during the period?
I
And
don't know what
and
that's going to you.
no, you can't say Arsenal because I felt you were going to say Arsenal, so you cannot say
I
Arsenal.
told you last night. I told you they're not used to such pressure, but I would say United. Not that they've not disappointed me all season, but coming into the festive period, they had what would I say, a loss to there was a team before. We had a loss, then we had that beautiful game versus Aston Villa.
No,
Then
no, no. You drew one to Liverpool.
okay, cool. So we drew one to Liverpool, held Liverpool at Anfield for as we have only scored at Liverpool as a squad at Anfield. And then
Yeah,
I will not say that's because we played that game very defensive. So I will not say that that's a good game, but that's a good result in terms of how we are right now. So okay, we have that mindset going into the next game. I think next game is against Villa. Yes, we had that mindset. Went into Villa, got that comeback 3-2. Hopes are high. People are expecting better. This is the turnaround for United. We see Nottingham Forest and we crumble. In my perspective, I agree with your friend that if United get fourth position this year, it's an okay season. But in terms of everything, I feel this is not even the United that we know that we grew up supporting. It's not we, sorry. I grew up supporting. And the United fans in the chat, we grew up supporting. Because we go into Anfield knowing that Wayne is going to score a brace, Robin Van Persie is going to do this or that. But now we go into Anfield hoping to get a draw. So me, if you ask me, that's a huge disappointment.
that's true. That's true. United were disappointing. Arsenal also were obviously disappointing. Only
Yes,
only one win,
sure,
and that was against Brighton.
sure.
That was even during the festive period though. Lost to West Ham, lost to Fulham.
Back to back, sure.
Just really disappointing. But
Very disappointing. I'm sorry for my sad comments. Forgive me, but I don't. I've never seen a team going into festive period first place coming out fourth.
you
Forgive me.
see, okay, okay. Let's get into the real stuff, shall we?
Yes, please.
let's get into the real stuff. So starting with obviously the last team we talked about, Arsenal. Arsenal drew. Well, Arsenal lost two out of three festive fixtures. Only one. Sorry, they didn't even win during the festive period. They drew to Liverpool, lost to West Ham, then lost to Fulham. Question: what is or was the challenge for Arsenal during this period, and can they recover from it?
So you see that football that Arsenal was playing beginning of the season, that fluency football, tiki taka, it's suddenly disappeared. As Declan Rice would say, the mindset is not there. But but okay, the mindset is not there because you can see the football of Arsenal has changed. I don't know if it's a tactical plan or whatever, but the football has changed. The consistency of the players has changed because we saw Zinchenko against who was it? Fulham.
No. West Ham.
West
West
Ham.
Ham.
He was that's not the level of Manchester Zinchenko that we know. But even the Arsenal Zinchenko, we don't know that for sure. But consistency has changed. We saw a clear chance of Bukayo Saka against Fulham, and he volleyed that like he had my left foot. But yeah, the players have changed. The only player that we can still see still performing to his very best is Odegaard, still making them key passes, still doing this and that. Now the question is, can they recover? Well, we've seen us Arteta revive Arsenal in the past. Is he able to do that again? We have to see. But personally, I feel like they will not fully recover from this. That winning streak will turn to like a win and a draw, and also a loss. They'll start seeing a whole lot of losses. I don't know why your eyes are opening like that, but losing to Fulham is wild. But no, kudos to Fulham, as you would say. Kudos, I don't know what that word is, but kudos to Fulham. They really battled that, and West Ham as well. But Arsenal down the mud.
So let me just drop something here. Arsenal had 77 touches in the box. That was a record against West Ham and couldn't score a goal. Martinelli looks off. I don't know if it's too many games or whatever. Jesus isn't. I don't know. He's not doing his Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, I hate something else. Carry on.
He's not doing what I expected.
Never been consistent. So carry on.
Yeah, Saka is. He's. I
His
don't know.
country, his girlfriend is weighing him down.
What girlfriend?
Wow. For a national fan, you don't know that that's a bit. Wow. Carry on, please.
So I don't know. City won the league last season with 5 losses. Arsenal have 3 this season.
4. Carry on.
No, oh yeah, 4. So to win the league, obviously this season is different from last season, but like to win the league,
I mean, you're
you
just
need
5 points away from top of the table, but City have a game in hand.
my next question. Moving into that, can Arsenal still win the league?
Never thought you can. I don't think you can answer that question because left for me, I never told you Arsenal could win the league. I said they will qualify comfortably for Champions League football, comfortably, but winning the league never been an option for me. Never.
What?
Actually, Tottenham have more chances now to win the league than Arsenal.
Stop this!
And this is
Stop!
David. You asked me for my brutal honesty in this podcast. I am not being biased. As the Bible says, sorry to bring religion in this, but the devil knows the Bible. So a hater of Arsenal knows Arsenal. Okay? So for me to know Arsenal means I've watched their games, I've studied them, and I know this, that, and I even know some of your physiotherapist names for some reason. That's how deep I've gone into it. So if I'm telling you Arsenal is not going to win the league, take my word for it.
Okay. Okay. We'll come to that later part of the show. But let's move on to the next team. Man City. Obviously they won their game. They came back from the Club World Cup and it looks they look rejuvenated. If that's that, I think that's the proper word to use. They look really good. Beats Everton and then beats Sheffield. You see, De Bruyne is look like he's coming back. Well, it's not look like he's coming back, but he is coming back more or less. And then Foden is looking really good in whatever position he's playing. Because to be honest, I don't know what position he's playing.
Sorry, not free agent or player room.
Free
Move
roam.
up.
Okay.
He's him and Bernardo Silva. They don't have a position. Aspect
Yeah.
of the place him. They cannot
Yeah.
replace him.
So obviously, one game behind. Sorry, one game in hand, and they are 5 points behind Liverpool, who is currently first. Question is, can Man City go all the way to win title number 4?
Now that question cannot be answered by Man City, but that question can be answered by Liverpool. Title number 2 for Man City. The question again could not be answered by Man City. It had to be answered by who? Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. So now that's the same situation again. Forget about Aston Villa. Their glory is going to stop soon. So that question it cannot be answered by Man City players or Man City coaching staff because we know Man City is going to deliver. If the question is Liverpool going to fall off? Which I think yes, because that game against Newcastle just shows how they can easily let a league sleep. Because they scored Newcastle in less than 2 minutes, Newcastle equalized. And like, what's going on? And for the whole of the first half, it was a quiet game until second half. 6 goals in the second half. Interesting. So it just means that their defense is not compact. Yes, you get a lot of goals, and they say the best way to defend is by attacking. But you're going to get a team like Man City that their best way to attack is by holding the ball. So when are you going to attack? Do you understand the question? So I think if Liverpool fall off, Man City is going to get number 4.
Lovely that you said that because that I want to use that as a transition into Liverpool. Obviously, they won their 2 games and then drew against Arsenal. They have
Shocking draw. They should have gotten all 12 points from these games.
exactly, and obviously we know that Salah has now 14 goals and 8 assists, and it looks like Salah is like their main source of goals, or it doesn't look like it is Salah that's their main source of goals, and Salah is going to the AFCON pretty much starting soon, and though their person I think they are found to hold that defensive midfield role, also going to the Asian Cup. Question: can Liverpool survive with Salah away to be able to hold that spot for City not to win number 4?
Well, also, just to put this there, I'm also going for the AFCON. I wanted to use it as a surprise. Yeah, I've been recruited. So, can Liverpool survive away from Salah? I think Nunes is going to have to step up. I feel they will survive, yes, but that's only if Nunes does what he can. He has the talent for because I see him as a player who can actually score a lot of goals and do a lot of damage to defense, but he hasn't picked up just yet. So I feel he is away from Salah. I think he knows that he's going to be him and Gakpo are going to be the main source of, let me use the word income because that is income. So I think they're going to step up and I think they'll be comfortable with Salah.
Yeah, I mean Gakpo. You said it. Gakpo, Nunes, Jota. I mean Jota has already stepped. Jota came off the bench in the 2 games and looked good.
I think Jota needs to be looked at. I think we have to do a research on this. I think so.
Drug
Because
test.
I don't understand how a professional football player stays awake to 3 a.m. playing Ultimate Team. He comes to match day, his phone is on the companion app, meaning he's doing transfers for his Ultimate Team. He plays in the match and scores a brace. What's going on? What is going on? That's just like Hazard out in the open. Like that's like Chelsea Hazard coming back again, reincarnation. We need to look at him. He's a problem.
Okay, but like yeah, and Luis Diaz too. Luis Diaz needs to step up also.
Luis Diaz has my heart. He's my best player. He's the best player in Premier League to me. Not like in terms of like stats. I mean, if I say who do I want to play like, That's why I say those years.
Those years. Okay. So you think
I don't think I know Liverpool's going to survive with Salah away.
lovely. I'll with that. I'll love to hear your predictions that we'll get into later in the show. Love to hear. Absolutely love that. Let's move on to Villa, Aston Villa. They won one, drew one, lost one, and sit second. I think 3 points behind. 3 points behind. No, what am I saying? Yeah, 3 points behind
Liverpool.
Liverpool. What's my question here? Let me find a way to. Let me just put it out there. Are they really title contenders? I know Emery has said they don't talk about that word title is banned. They don't say the T word is banned.
He knows why
They
it's
don't look at.
he knows why it's banned. But at the end of the day, it's going to get to their heads one time. And I think this is the start of it getting to their heads. That second place above Man City, I think it's going to get to their head. There's a reason why managers say don't think about the title. Even my club, my manager says don't get too comfortable because you think that we're a good enough team. The title is going to be ours. So once you start thinking of it, once social media starts putting this out, because I feel like this question is going to be around very soon on Sky Sports and whatnot. Once it starts coming out, some players you see on social media, they start getting that pressure that Arsenal couldn't handle last season. And obviously, Villa cannot handle it this season because Villa players are not used to that glory. So they'll fall off. They would get Champions League football, possibly, but I think they will fall off. I think the race for Champions League this season is going to be a hectic one because even as bad as United season has been, we are 9 points, 8 points, 9 points away from top four. So do I think about Champions League football? I don't think so. I think Europa, possibly.
Conference League. Okay. Since we're just even talking about United, let's transition to United, right? So United obviously lost to West Ham, beat Villa comfortably. Like they beat
What
them. Well, not comfortably, but that epic comeback.
Arsenal will do.
Okay. Then lost to Nottingham Forest. So I was watching the Gary Neville podcast after the West Ham game, and he said United can go and beat Villa and then lose to Forest when the highs are high. When the high is there,
Stakes.
is extremely high, but when there is a low, it's extremely low. So, and obviously United have changed the, I don't know if it's ownership. Ineos has bought 25% of the club, taking into they are going to take charge of the buying players and transaction, all those things, and also obviously manager change and all that stuff, director of football. The question is, can the new ownership or structure make a difference for Manchester United in terms of on the pitch? Can they?
Next season, yes. This season, no. Case closed.
Okay, why?
Why? Because people say January transfer window, and you cannot really because there's something called adapting. You cannot really have that much because I'm seeing the targets that Ten Hag has been looking at. He's been looking at what's the name of that Nigerian striker, and he's been looking at Timo Werner and whatnot. We know how Timo Werner was in Chelsea.
Chelsea,
He
yeah.
needs to adapt. The striker, he's had a beautiful season. I've cannot recall his name. I think he's Nigerian. He's having a beautiful season, but
Who? But is it this guy Boniface, Victor
yes,
Boniface? Yeah,
he's having a beautiful season. But like I said, leagues are different from so whatever league is in, that's what Bundesliga. Yeah,
yeah.
Bundesliga is. It's not as high paced as Premier League. Serie A is not as high paced as Premier League. When Pogba came into United, you could see that holding in the midfield that he does in Serie A, no one gave him space to do that. So the pace is not the same in England and elsewhere. So for Boniface, he needs to adapt, and he needs, I think, a couple of months to. So next season it can have an impact, but this season, no.
Yeah, and then also just to talk about United for a bit, Rosemary Hoyland, he scored his first goal. That was an extreme high for United, especially to do it in that kind of setting. I think that was really good. Did you enjoy it? I'm sure you enjoyed it because I did.
You keep enjoying it. I didn't.
So I told
I
you I was so
was happy and whatnot. I don't know why he cried like his name, man. But I enjoyed that he was happy. And yeah, hopefully
yeah.
that will be more.
It was so sad that against Forest he was sick, so he couldn't build on that. You know what I mean? So hopefully he comes and he scores 10. Rashford also scored a good goal against Forest. That was a quality finish. Garnacho is looking amazing. Like I don't want to attach saying he's world class is a stretch, or say he's a generational talent is too big of a stretch. But he looks good in this period of games. I just have to say, defensively and offensively too. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know the way you were looking at me kind of looked like you didn't vibe with me, but it's okay. Okay.
I don't see any positive in United this season. So
I don't know if you know this guy, United Trey. Yeah, whatever. He's on Twitter. Sorry, X. He says a lot of stuff. Both of you you both give me the same vibes.
just being honest, like people get delusional and say, "Oh, we can still qualify, we can still get top." Come back to reality, mate. We cannot even fix our infrastructure, let alone fight for a title.
Okay. Let's move on to the next team. And I think you love this one. You love this next team. They have a special place in your heart, if I say so myself. Chelsea, they lost to Wolves.
And I have,
Beat Palace. They beat Palace. Then they beat Luton. I mean, Luton almost gave them a game. Well, Luton gave them a game. They had to work for the win against Luton. And they still remain tenth. They still remain tenth. It's like they win two, they remain tenth. They draw, they remain tenth. They lose, they remain tenth. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, more or less, because they lose and they remain tenth. They win, they remain tenth. You see, either ways,
well, I think I said something beginning of this season. I said Chelsea can either shock us or shock themselves. Shock us in the terms of challenging for top four, but we ain't seeing that. So now we dare shocking themselves by being on tenth constantly. So that is very interesting for Chelsea. I know a couple of Chelsea fans as my friends as well. I mean Chelsea they have some standout players, but I don't know. Is that beginning of the season consistency that led them to this? When they play against big clubs, they deliver a result, and then they go to play against bottom of the table and they lose. This is the feedback of it.
yeah. So, question from this Chelsea game is: what message did Chelsea send during this period? And did Unkuku make a difference? I don't know if I spelled that correctly, but did
Yeah,
Unkuku make a difference? Because he came back. One of the good stuff about them. Also, this guy came back, Mario Lavia, but he got injured again too. So yeah, yeah,
the message that they sent is they are going to be consistent against small teams. That's the only message I can pick up. Because even against Luton, you can see that that game was not a Premier League game. It was a Sunday League game. And what I saw was not Premier League standard. Um, so I don't Chelsea. I have no words for Chelsea. The game is in their hands, but I don't feel like right now due to injuries they have the team that could get to even eighth place. I don't think so.
yeah.
So
Because I'm looking at the table right now, and
I mean they're like 3 points or 4 points behind Manchester United, but That 4 points, when you put the name Chelsea there, it's more like 16 points.
Yeah, because they have the same amount of points as Wolves. They are 1 point behind Newcastle, and it's not obviously Newcastle. They have been in shambles lately, but like you don't expect that to continue. And then they are 3 points. Sorry, and they are 3 points ahead of Bournemouth. Both teams, Wolves and Bournemouth, behind them are on fire, and we should expect that. Like they are not. I don't see them slowing down. So I mean, worst case scenario, they finish 13th. Best case scenario, they finish 8th because they won't pass United. So
They're not going to pass anybody. I think that's where they're going to finish. And just to put this there, how many points deduction did Everton get?
10 points.
10 points.
10 points.
So if you're doing the math, if they did not get that point deduction, I think they should be just 3 points behind Chelsea. So I think it's a sticky one for Chelsea fans. Not that I'm saying I'm better off because I mean, to be fair, the table is a bit more closer than it was previous seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Premier League is, I'm not saying sitting up, but being the best as it normally is. So
Yeah.
if to all you Serie A fans like that, you guys are not the best.
Yeah. No, there's no league like Premier League, it's not possible.
And please
Let's
support me during the AFCON next.
okay. Um where are you playing?
I'm playing for your own country, David. For
No, your country too.
your country. Next
Okay.
question.
Okay. So Spurs, let's move on to Spurs. My greatest rival.
Not really. I think they're better than you guys.
So they beat Everton, then they lost to Brighton, beat Bournemouth. 6 points behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Arsenal in fourth place.
Half a point.
I don't know what that means. What does
Yes,
that mean?
I mean this is Arsenal. Okay.
Okay. It's pretty much safe to say Ange Ball is here to stay. Like Ange Ball isn't going anywhere. Very exciting. Can win new games, but then can also, against Brighton, it was terrible. Like it was just absolute massacre of a game. Ange Ball can win you the league in like 3 years' time. Let's not lie. Let's be sincere. That's the truth. Ange Ball can actually win you with the right players. Ange Ball can win you the league in 3 years.
There's no difference with you saying Pep Ball can win the league in 1 year and Ange Ball. Ange is copying Pep. Excuse me. So that is Pep Ball you're seeing in Tottenham shirt. Okay? Stop saying Ange Ball. Stop saying Ange Ball. That is Pep Ball in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and the Tottenham Hotspur shirt. Yes.
Okay. Well, either ways, appreciate the comments. Um, so question for Spurs again. Son is going to the Asian Cup. They are losing some players too. I think Bissouma too is also going for his country in the AFCON, and Pepe Sarr also going. My main question is, can Spurs survive without Son? Like, and obviously Bissouma and Pepe Sarr are important now, but like obviously Son.
A team without a captain is always going to be something huge. And Son has been a significant captain this season. But in terms of surviving, they survived without Madison. And when Madison was there, he was the best player in the team. Son wasn't. You can argue this, but as time went on, Son wasn't the best player. And what happened? Son picked up. And okay, I need to step up. Madison is not here. He picked up. Now, Son is close to going to the Asian Cup, and we are seeing something. Richarlison's form is coming back to the best. So I think, yes, Richarlison is not that type of player to pick up the ball and drive like King Son does. But I think if so-called Ange Ball in quotes is really Ange Ball, he's going to find a way around that. I think Madison will be back before Son goes. I'm not too sure about that. But I think they'll still finish above Arsenal once Son comes back. I think so.
Do you know what? I actually cannot even say anything to that because I was watching another podcast and the guys also made that same take. they were like, I don't know if you know the Two Robbies podcast. They were like, give a take, and the guy, one of the Robbies said, Spurs will finish above Arsenal.
So when the
Which
world
is
cup,
which is weird. No, which is weird because he picked Arsenal to win the league. So if Spurs is finishing before above Arsenal,
I
then
just
Spurs is
mean
winning the league.
Arsenal players, they tasted glory last season. When I mean glory, I mean like that feeling to have a title battle with Man City. See what happened to Liverpool when they had that battle with Man City. What happened the next season? I think Liverpool won the.
No, the next season was wait.
It
No,
was the
no,
title battle. Then Liverpool won, I think.
no. The title battle, that was the second. That was second. Then the next season, which was last season, was when Liverpool fell off badly. Remember they fell off badly. Yeah, it
So that
was.
they won the trophy before that. So that means they got used to the end of season trauma and they still lost it to City. And now Arsenal did the same thing that season. End of the year trauma, inconsistent, losing to Southampton. Shocking.
Yeah.
But they fell off. And now Tottenham Hotspur, well, we know that there is spider webs in their cabinet. We know that in their trophy cabinet. So in the terms of challenging for the trophy, never that. But in terms of finishing above Mr. Golden Premier League, of course.
Okay, and you hit it. Richarlison is hitting his form at the right time, in time when they really need him. Yeah, because I feel like without those Richarlison goals, I don't think Son would have. I'm sorry, Spurs would have actually won those games. But 5 goals in 5 games,
I mean, we
absolutely.
are happy that Andrew's able to talk to him about removing his shirt. So we will not be seeing too much yellow cards for Richarlison.
Yeah. So let's talk about a few teams before we move on to the next segment of the show. Hot teams. We have already said it. Wolves, Bournemouth won all their games. Wolves won all their games in the festive fixtures. They look absolutely. They're playing up. They know when to score goals. Let's be like that. Bournemouth, they lost just one. They lost just one, and that was the game against Spurs. One, even let's look before the festive period. They have lost one game one in seven. So Bournemouth, example of is that a classic example of giving the manager time? Because obviously they didn't start well, and then they come and literally have gone on full blast.
I mean, every season of Bournemouth in the Premier League, we always see this phase. So it's not in new. We saw this phase against City's Otamendi. Who was it? Was it Cook that scored a beautiful goal from left back, and they won City? And I think City went on after that game to be unbeaten. But we always see this phase of Bournemouth. But I think yes, I think I agree with you on that one. Giving a manager time, I think that's what United are willing to do. Sorry for bringing up United. I think that's what they're willing to do with Ten Hag. And I feel if what's his name, Cook, Steve Cooper, Steve Cooper.
Steve Cooper, yeah, I was even going to talk about Forest, Upper
So
Forest.
I think Forest firing him. I think maybe we can step back on that one because they've really performed after they fired them. You got Chris Wood scoring a hat trick. You got them getting points over a broken United. So giving the manager time sometimes is the better option, as we can see in Bournemouth, and sometimes is not the better option, as we can see in Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. And then disappointing teams. Brentford, one win before the festive period, one win in the last 6 in all competitions. Newcastle, one win in the last 5 in all competitions. Obviously, for Newcastle, we know they have injuries and
None of that.
all that stuff. Like,
I don't
I
want to
feel,
hear that
wait,
injuries problem, whatever.
but
Because if
like,
you're talking about a club going through injuries, I think he's United. So
no,
Newcastle,
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But Newcastle, 95 close to 95 or 90% of their starting lineup or players that should be starting are pretty much injured.
First of all, Newcastle's loss or losing streak started, I think, against Chelsea, and it wasn't because of. I think it was a game before Chelsea when Trippier went to the fans and asked how many players are injured. For you to say that to your fans, it just means that, excuse me, you have no trust in the rest of your team. Do you understand what that means? It's just like Luis Suarez getting injured in the MSN, and then Messi tells his fans that I'm sorry, but who is going to be in the number 9 position? Excuse me, you had substitutes, you had other teammates. That just means that there is no trust. So now, Mr. No Trust, Ken Trippier, what did he do against the next match after not trusting his teammates as a captain? He gave up 2 mistakes to O'Neill. Before the O'Neill, actually, he made a mistake against Chelsea to give Modric the goal. I think that was an EFL Cup. They went to penalties and he missed his penalty just to put the icing on the cake. The week after, he made a mistake to O'Neill against Everton, and Everton won that game, I think. So I'm sorry, it's not about injuries. It's about your captain not being a leader and not trusting his substitutes and whatnot, coming out to the public saying how many injuries we have. That's for your manager to say. If your manager says it, then it means that, okay, in his plans, the people that he had in his plans are not being utilized because they're injured. But for your captain to say it, I'm sorry, but you don't set the formation. You're not Lionel Messi. You don't set the formation to the team. You're not the mafia buff of the team. You're just a captain. So I think Trippier needs to fix up. After he fixes up, Newcastle will fix up. Because all the goals and mistakes are coming from that right side, except from Liverpool's game.
Yeah. And Brentford, obviously, I don't even know. To be honest, do not know what is going on with them. I don't know if it's the fact that they missed Tony. Obviously, Tony is coming back in January. I think first next game week he's coming back. I don't know if maybe that will change. But then you think Tony cannot be the only reason why they would go through this. Like they still have the same players. Like nothing changed apart from Tony. So is Tony that big a difference?
Yes. In a squad like that, PGMI, that's not really a big team. And Tony, he delivers. I think he's a player that every FPL manager had for a period of time because of how consistent he was, either by penalties, either by free kicks, either by tappings, poacher. He is that striker that you need in a small team to get results when results are needed. In Bournemouth was trying to fill in the pieces, just trying to fill in the brick, but he got way too big for your beats. And yeah,
Okay.
Tony is an influence.
Okay.
That just puts out there that women of fans person we don't support gambling because as you can see, Ivan Tony's situation. Yeah, that's why. That's not the reason, but we don't appreciate it, even though one of us was doing it last week. But carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I'm not going to answer you. I'm just going to leave you to do what say whatever you want to say. It is what it is. Okay. Lovely. So let's look at the table just quickly. Let's just look at the table quickly and just talk about it for a minute. Right. Um
Also, beginning of the season, I think you personally choose some shots at Liverpool. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get
Oh
to that.
no,
Let's
no,
just
no. Hold on. You said some things. And funny enough, Liverpool have only had one loss this season. Excuse me. With that defense, they've had one loss. Wow. They've had
okay, spy. Okay. I get you. It's okay. Okay, look at the table now. Obviously, 20 games gone. Obviously, only City and Bournemouth and Brentford and Luton are one game behind, right? Liverpool, obviously, first, 45 points, one loss, as you said. Aston Villa, 4 losses, 42 points. Man City with one game in hand, 40 points. Arsenal, 4 losses, 40 points. Spurs were just right behind. Then you have West Ham, Brighton. United, for a shocking season, they are just.
I'm so sorry. Why would you skip fourth, fifth, and go all the way to eight?
I mean, there's
Do
nothing really. There's nothing
not
really
count.
gets.
Do not count. Stop sharing shots on my team, David. Carry on.
You haven't. You didn't allow me for that. I said for a shocking United season, they are just 10 points. What am I saying? 9 points behind fourth place. So that's what 3 games. You win 3 games, and then you are closer than you were before. Three
Yeah.
games on the bounce.
So yeah, here's the problem. Um, we win 3 games. The top four wins 3 games. We lose 3 games. The top four wins 3 games. Do you understand that line there? That is what you call inconsistency. If you look at that little last 5 checkpoints right there, you can see Manchester United.
Yeah.
Because Manchester United, you have a loss, a win, a loss, a draw, and a win. Now, if you go to the top four, you only maximum see 3 losses there, except from Arsenal, because Arsenal is Arsenal. So if we want to get to that spot, we have to be consistent. And I don't think that is going to be the case since Alex Ferguson.
Yeah. And then obviously Chelsea also, as you said, 2 wins, you know, in fact, 3 wins in their last 5, and they're still 10th. Lose 10th, draw 10th. Blessing and a curse, really. Blessing and a
Chelsea.
curse.
Chelsea.
Yeah. And then obviously you see the bottom, Luton are just 1 point above, sorry, 1 point behind Everton, 4 points behind Brentford, which is a shock, to be
Brentford had
honest.
all losses in their last 5 games. I think Brentford, if you're watching this, I think I'm a free agent. Not really a free agent, but you can discuss with my agent.
Aren't you going to AFCON? You won't be available till February if you're going to AFCON.
As I'm saying, I'm a free, and you can discuss with my coaches and my agents. You can sign me up. I can do wonders for you. Trust me.
Okay. Now, obviously, we're almost rounding up. Let's move on to our mid-season predictions and awards. So, obviously, when the season started, we had some predictions, and I remember clearly saying Arsenal will win the league. I said Liverpool will not make top four because, yeah, I said that.
I think there's a bit of a turn in that prediction. It's like, it's a bit. But carry on.
Yeah, and I said Chelsea would make top four. I don't know how I did that.
I
Oh,
think I said, well, I think I said that as well. I'm not sure.
yeah. So
But that's
let's
what
let's yeah. So let's just give a new set mid-season predictions based on what we've seen, mid-season predictions, and then at the end of the season we'll come back to both early season predictions and our mid-season predictions, and we'll go from there. So starting with your champion.
Manchester City.
Okay, I'll still. Shit. I was going to say I'll stick with Arsenal, but I'm rethinking that. So,
You like the Thierry Henry smell?
um, yeah, I'm going to stick with Arsenal on this. I'm sorry, I'm just going to. I have to stick with
You
like.
know, there's one thing my dad always told me. Because you're a fan doesn't mean you predict based on a fan level.
It's not based on a fan. I'm not predicting based on.
Sorry, that's what I'm
Predicting.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Hello, are you seeing the football that's played in Emirates right now? Similar to the football played in CFC. But carry on.
Do you know what? This title race is a peculiar one because we could have a 5 team title race, pretty much. We could have a 5 team title. It's not set in stone. We could literally have a 5 team title race.
Maximum 3.
Do you know there are so all these teams have a deficiency, and it is whoever has the best deficiency that will win the league. So if Arsenal has the best deficiency, we'll end up winning the league. That's it.
Can you just define deficiency for me, please? I'm a bit.
Liverpool's deficiency is their midfield. Is
Okay.
not that good.
Okay.
Arsenal's deficiency is lack of fluent football. They can't play. They can't score goals.
Mindset.
Okay.
Important.
Man City's deficiency is their defense. They are leaking too many goals. They are leaking into many
Okay.
goals. Obviously, they are scoring goals, but they are leaking
Agree.
into many goals.
Go on. Next.
Villa haven't smelt a title race.
Okay. I remember telling you this last season about Arsenal not smelling the title race. What did you tell me?
I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Confident we can do it. So now, in the flip side of things, when it's not Arsenal smelling the title race, you're now saying another team hasn't smelled title race. I
Not
feel
the
that's
point.
hypocritical. So, in terms
And
of the
then,
efficiency, let's put this out there now. Liverpool, do they have some injuries?
yeah, a few.
Is it affecting them? No. Villa, did they have some injuries? Yes. Is it affecting them? No.
Not really, no.
Did they have some injuries? They had. Is it about to affect them? No, their injuries are coming back to be the best. You see, Arsenal's nightmare, Kevin De Bruyne, he's back. Um, so I think right now the deficiency is these top three teams have issues internally, and they are still delivering. And a team with no injury, no red cards,
Arsenal doesn't
no
have a red card too.
best DM my foot. I'm not playing fluent football.
Arsenal
I'm
has
doing
injuries. Arsenal has injuries, please. By the way.
okay. You guys have injuries, but I don't see your top 11 changing with those with or without those injuries. Excuse me.
Zinchenko was injured
Oh
last game.
my days. Zinchenko saved you guys last season. Please calm down. He saved you guys last season. He got a couple of goals that even this season he saved you guys. His scissors kick. You guys were full on about to draw that match. Excuse me. But carry on, Mr. Arsenal fan.
Okay, next up, if you with our champions, with our champion, who's making top, who's completing top four?
After champion being Man City, I think runners up will be Liverpool, and then we'll go for Arsenal and Tottenham.
But you said Spurs is finishing above us now, so it's kind of a weird one. Isn't it?
Okay, Spurs then Arsenal.
No. Okay,
No, I'm just
okay,
saying. It's the flip side. Is all I know is that third or fourth, there's going to be a battle, and that's between A and T. I
yeah.
was gonna say A, T, and T.
I'm going to agree to your completion of the top four. Um, obviously City, Liverpool, and I'm going to say Villa. Villa will make Champions League football. Arsenal, then City, Liverpool. No,
Sorry, start again.
Arsenal
Yeah,
first.
love that.
Villa. No, sorry. Arsenal first. Liverpool second. City third, and Villa fourth.
Should I be honest with you?
Yes, sir.
I stopped listening after I heard Arsenal first.
Okay. Okay. And then lastly, obviously, this is an important one because I said I'm rethinking this one because I think I said Bournemouth and then Luton, and I'm rethinking those things. Relegation, do you see it's Bournemouth? Sorry, not Bournemouth. Sheffield, Burnley, and Luton, or who do you have there?
I feel that's exactly how it's going to stay under Vincent Company. He's going to say bye bye.
It's so sad because actually, like it's not like his team is terrible. It's that they just can't. They are not that good enough to compete. Like the team can play football in the, championship style, but they can't just compete in the Premier League. Do you get what I mean? Like those players cannot compete in the Premier League.
I don't get what you mean.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, um, you're trying to tell me right now that Luton players have better players than Burnley players, which is a lie because Burnley have that Premier League experience, which Luton doesn't have, and that is a huge factor. Burnley have been in the Premier League for the past what 3 years, and Luton is their first season, and you can 4 points gap. Excuse me.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you ask me, Luton should have won Arsenal's game, but who's asking me?
Exactly. No one is. So it's kind of weird. Okay. Let's move on to mid-season awards. Quickly, just quickly. Player of the season so far.
Mohamed Salah.
I have to agree with that. That's true.
Yeah, whatever I say, you have to agree. You don't have a choice.
Signing of the season so far.
In terms of what?
In terms of best signing so far, who has performed? That is a best signing. That is a signing that was signed this last transfer window. PS, the transfer window is open now. So
Okay, I'm going to give three names.
okay,
Name number one, Mohamed Kudus.
okay,
Name number two, Cole Palmer.
okay,
Name number three, Szoboszlai.
okay. I I can see all that. I can see all that, but I'll give you
I don't want no buts.
Vicario. Spurs, upper Spurs. The goalkeeper upper Spurs. He's wow. He's yeah. He's amazing. He's amazing. Okay. Next up, overperformer of the season.
What does
In
that mean?
terms player that's overperformed beyond our expectation.
Beyond our expectations, Mohamed Kudus.
Mohamed Kudos. I was going to go with Oli Watkins, but I feel like it's kind of degrading him to a bit. God, man.
I mean, it's arguable.
Yeah, it is. Underperformer of the season.
Declan Rice.
See, I feel you're trolling now.
No,
If
no,
you're
no, 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 no.
if you
I'm
had
being
said,
serious.
you know what,
Actually,
if you had
you know
wait,
what? You know
pause.
what? Let me not lie. If I'm actually being
Yeah,
100% honest,
if you had
I'm not.
said Martinelli,
No.
okay.
If I'm being 100% honest, I'm not Arsenal fan. I would say Anthony. Yeah, because for you to raise that amount of money on him and he starts to be like that, that is a bit crazy. But for the amount of BS I see on Instagram, on X, and whatnot about Declan Rice, I am so sorry, but he has not really done. He has not done something that the person that they replaced him for, or the person that they bought him as a replacement, could not do. Instead, the person that bought him as a replacement has done better. Sorry, Thomas Partey starts this period last season, and Declan Rice starts this period last season. Thomas Partey starts are better. Argue with me, but that's fact. Meaning that you just wasted money for a replacement that's not even a replacement. If you ask me,
Would you take Declan Rice to your team?
no,
No. No, you're just lying.
I
Let's
wouldn't.
move on. Let's
I
move on.
wouldn't. I actually wouldn't.
Overperforming team.
Aston Villa.
Oh, arguably, that's very true. Underperforming team.
I don't want to say Manchester United because for the past 8 seasons we've been seeing things like that. So I think I would go for Chelsea.
I was going to say Brentford, but
Why would you say Brentford when they've never performed? What is the highest
no,
position?
no, cause
Highest position Brentford has finished, David.
I think Brentford finished 10th last season.
Let me just check that before you finish. They finished
Sorry,
ninth.
they finished 9th last season. The season before that, they finished 13th. So that's a massive drop off from where they are right now.
Now they are what?
They are seventh, no, not 16th.
Like that actually I agree to that. I think I'll agree to that for the first time. I'll agree to your scary takes about football.
Okay. And last but not least, surprise team and player so far, good or bad?
Surprise. Okay, now I'll that means it has to be two sections. In terms of good, surprise team, Aston Villa, as predicted by Alex Ferguson. Surprise player, it has to be from Aston Villa, which is Ollie Watkins. In terms of bad, surprise team, Crystal Palace. Surprise player, Olise. Bad meaning like, I mean, Crystal Palace, they can be better. I'm not saying that they have been better previous season because we always know that Roy Hodgson comes in to do his job. But Olise, surprising player in terms of the quality I'm seeing from him. And he has the thing of always scoring right on the verge of halftime. I don't know if it's a problem with him or something. He likes scoring like 45th minute every single time. I think he has a problem. But yeah, I mean, he's got like what I think 3 goals in the first period. It's really been a sign, and he shrugs it off like it's. That's what I like about him. It's your job. You get paid to do that. Not like someone crying, scoring his first goal. Like it's your job.
So
You
so why is
expect
it bad? Why is it bad?
in bad like with his form, he Crystal Palace should I think be up there. But in terms of surprise, he's a surprise player. You don't really expect too much from Wilson because everyone has been in the covers of Wilfred Zaha. Now that Zaha is out, we're seeing everyone individually. And I think he stands up. With
Okay.
Olise, if you're saying this, please give me a call. We haven't spoken in like 2 months. I'm not keen on talking.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. So that's pretty much it from us here. That's that's our mid-season predictions and awards. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, if you are watching after the live is ended, don't forget to tell us what team you support and who's your favorite player watching. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell so that you'll be notified when next we go live. Spy, when next are we going live?
I think that should be discussed off camera.
Okay, well, you guys will be notified when next we go live. Um, we would also, you guys can follow us on check our Instagram and our TikTok. We'll have content there for you guys. And then if you guys, cannot view this on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcast, and we're on Google Podcast. We're pretty much on every podcast platform. Wherever you can get a podcast, we're on it. So feel free to check us out. We hope you guys have had an amazing new year. 2024 will be a vibe, and we hope you guys keep vibing with us. We appreciate all your love and support. We'll catch you guys on our next live. I'm David, he's Spy. We're out.